Alright, Victor here again, restoringmercedes.com. Today I have DAS module basically from SL500, I believe it is. And problem here with the module is there's two modules here. The first one sustained water damage. I don't know how that happened, but if you look closely, this one is pretty severely damaged, and this is gonna be quite a problem here actually, because the chip itself, as you can see, especially the leg over here, right over here, this is corroded. So I hope I can salvage the chip here. So the idea here is very simple. We're not doing any kind of programming or anything like that, but the idea here is just to swap a chip. Take the chip with programming here and put it into this DAS, and it should all work. I mean, because the key is present, the transponder is present. It's just that the DAS had damages and doesn't connect to diagnostic equipment. See, this piece, for example, came undone, right? It's a little like a transistor or so. As you look at the proper one, as you can see, it's soldered over. This one corroded away, and all of this water damages obviously through the board. That's not great. I mean, this board is pretty much most likely a gunner. Well, it doesn't read, you can't even read it. So yeah, this is my agenda for today. I'm gonna try to unsolder the old chip and just swap it into a good board. Okay, pretty straightforward, but that's gonna take a while actually, because like I said, the damages here are quite severe, so I hope I'll save it. Okay, at this point I did remove the original chip. Here's the board that the chip came from. So pretty ugly looking actually, because that is a mix of flux and rust and dirt and what have you. That's water damage and all this great stuff. Well, I mean, that's expected, because water damaged parts usually do not look pretty, obviously, as we see here. So I didn't really bother cleaning it. I just wanted to clean the actual the surface where the chip solders to, just to see if any rotted through, and the chip also rotted through the legs on the chip. And to my surprise, it took me a while, but I did clean it. All right, I cannot even pick it up. So I did clean it. The chip itself turned out okay, so we can totally reuse it. So this is how it looks. I still have to prep it before I solder it, but turned out nice. This is the chip that came with a replacement module. This one also came out okay. This is flux. Obviously I'm not gonna even bother with it. Maybe I'll just drop it back on that board with a couple of, just a little solder, so just the customer has a chip, just to have a chip. This is a replacement board. It also unsoldered. It unsoldered very well. I'm just gonna prep the board, and then I'm gonna start soldering old chip into the new board. Okay, so this is it basically. The chip is soldered, cleaned up. Just show you real quick. Don't mind a little kind of discoloration, but that's because it's when you clean flux, it just happens to be. Now you might see it's uneven because I solder each an individual leg. All right, I'm not gonna, I don't flow everything at once through a flux. I just don't run it. I don't run the solder tip. I actually do individual pin. That's how I like doing this kind of things. And I mean, yes, some people like to run soldering tip over, just solder all of them at once. Not a machine. I just do one by one. So obviously it might be uneven, but at least I can clearly see the solder flow. to each and every leg, and I can control the amount of solder that I can actually apply toward each and every leg. Alright, that's just me. Alright, now the next thing is I'm going to actually look up the schematic diagram, and I want to see if I will be able to actually connect this to Star Diagnosis and see if I can actually communicate with this particular DAS module. The old DAS module, like I said before, I'll just solder chip a couple of legs just to drop it in there and let it be and mail it away. Alright, so if I'm gonna make another video, then it's gonna be about communication to the DAS module. If there is no other video following this segment, then I guess that's it. That's Victor at RestoringMercedes.com. Alright, so now I got the DAS module with replacement module with old chip, original chip, connected to the bench, and I can communicate with it. Let's just check the codes. Obviously, I just cleared them actually, but obviously there will be codes later on. And of course we can see control unit version. Alright, that's a good thing. Actual values, well, I mean, you know, we don't have any because there's nothing connected. Well, one key, transponder energized, approved. That's key number 1. So 1 is recorded, second one, let's see, is recorded, fourth one not recorded. Not synchronized, at least. Fourth one, no, yes, approved. Okay, well, these things can be changed. See, the fifth one seems to be clean. Alright, but it's not synchronized or it's not initialized. So sixth one for some reason is on. That's strange, but why would it be? Seventh, ninth, very weird. Well, the fifth one seems to be, well, I'm sorry, this is number 4. The fifth key seems to be open. Well, anyway, RFL locked. Last key used was number 7. I guess there was 7 keys. And the national version transponder, well, obviously transponder is not connected. Well, we'll see what happens. Can't see nothing here. Okay, well, now it bugged out. Well, anyway, now it has to go in the car and see what is, you know, what can be done. Now you gotta go to wind writing and whatever. So anyway, my job here is done pretty much, and now it has to go in the vehicle, and then it has to be basically seen if you know, if it's gonna work. Okay, so me SFI, that's fine. Panic alarm, whatever. This is it. So ready to go. One more time, try to fault memory on this. Yes, the coil is not working because coil is not connected. We're not gonna even clear it. And the current code is the coil transponder. So far, so good. Alright, so this is it for me. I'm going to take it off, you know, put it all back together and send it away. Victor here, RestoringMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.